Welcome back to another full self-driving video. Today we are still in 14.3.2. We have not gotten 14.3.3 yet. I did want to talk about a couple things about the new release though. So it is rolling out to some users. So while we drive around here, while we have the car drive around, notice that we still have the problem here in this particular area where it doesn't have the speed limit right. So in order to go the correct speed, I have to put it in Mad Max or Hurry to get it to go around 45 miles per hour instead of 30, which it should be a 45 mile per hour speed limit, and it still recognizes it at 30. So that's unfortunate. But we're just going to see how it does today. Again, this is still just 14.3.2, but 14.3.3 did roll out to early access users, and it's actually got an interesting feature in it where it does track how long you've had in between interventions, or how much of the drive has been intervention free. Now, first of all, I think that this is not the correct labeling for this at all, because it should be disengagements, because my understanding is that it's actually tracking if you disengage. So for example, right now, if I press the accelerator, that is input, but it would not count that as input, and it would not count it as an intervention. But that is what I would consider an intervention. If I turn a turn signal on to change lanes, if I press the accelerator, that is an intervention. You could even argue that it's an intervention when you change the navigation or you change the speed profile. Those are also inputs that you've done because maybe the car wasn't doing what you wanted it to do, or it took the wrong turn, or whatever it may be. So those sort of things I would consider interventions, but for some reason they're labeling it as interventions. So it's a tracker of how long basically you've driven without an intervention, and how many miles you've done without interventions over a given amount of time. But again, those should be called disengagements, because it's not going to count those interventions. It's only going to count if I actually disengage like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and re-engage because I didn't, that was just preference. Just to show an example, that would count as resetting the streak for interventions, but that's actually a disengagement. So just something to clarify on that. And I think it's very interesting that they're trying to do that. I don't know how much it's going to help. Hopefully it's basically to encourage people to report it when it's something critical more. I don't really know, because you would think that actually what it's going to do is motivate people to not disengage in situations where it's preference, or weird navigation, or discomfort, or whatever it may be. Like, so if those situations, like, oh, I just want my streak to be longer, intervention free, then it's not encouraging people to give that input. And so to me, that's a problem, because what we want to be doing is giving as much input. Okay, like, so there we go. I'm going to call that navigation, because this right lane goes away. It makes no sense for it to get over into the right lane there. So I could have potentially, in that scenario, I could have just let it run its course, and it would have gotten here. It probably would have come back into this lane. No big deal, right? But it's discouraging me from disengaging for that scenario if I'm trying to keep up my streak, and therefore I would not give that input back to Tesla, where I would say that the reason I disengaged there is because it was going to be in the wrong lane. I don't want it to be in the wrong lane. I don't want it to, you know, make a situation difficult that doesn't need to be. And so I want Tesla to take that feedback and actually use it. So my goal, actually, once we do get this, that was kind of weird. It kind of moved to the right there, but I'm not sure what I was trying to avoid. Anyway, my goal with this new software update, when it does have that streak, is actually to make sure that my intervention streak or amount of miles that I'm driving is not that far without an intervention, because I want to be giving as much feedback as possibly I can. So, and actually having the ability to select why you disengaged has actually gotten me to be giving feedback a lot more often, because often I won't want to give a feedback through a voice message. I'll want to just, quickly select something. So I only do specific voice messages if it's, something that is not going to fit into one of those buckets now. And so that helps me to just give more feedback to Tesla. And I would encourage everybody that if they have FSD, don't be, trying to do your streak and let the car do whatever it does. Of course, when I am making a video, I'm going to try to let it do as many weird, stupid things as it can do, just so I can get a gauge for what things it's good or bad at. Like, what would it actually do in this scenario? But when I'm driving it on my own and not making a video, I'm going to be often trying to make sure that I disengage so that I can give that feedback. And I would encourage everybody to do that. Give the feedback, because it's not going to get better if they don't have feedback and they don't see that there's actually legitimate reasons and legitimate times where you need to have that feedback. Now, I think that feedback through interventions, which again, I'm talking about any input. So any input is supposed to be air, according to Elon. I mean, that's basically just how it works. Input is air. So if you have a full self-driving system and the driver or the rider or whatever has to give any input, then that is air. Now, like this, speed limit 30 miles per hour. I'm going to disengage. I'm going to say it's critical. This is a work zone. It's 30 mile per hour zone. I can't do a max speed. So I can't get the car to go down to 30 miles per hour like it needs to be in this work zone. It's an active work zone. There's actively workers like right next to the road. It says there's all these signs, men working. So I'm gonna just keep saying critical. Give that input, because we can't let the car just do whatever it wants. So it needs that feedback. And unfortunately, even with dropping it down to sloth, there's no way that I can give any input to Tesla that there was a problem there with what it was doing. So at least on the other hand, where it thinks it's 30 miles per hour and it's actually 45, I can take it up to Mad Max and it'll actually get up to the speed that it needs to. And that is input that I think would be recognized. But on this case, because I can't put in that max speed, the only way I can get it to slow down is actually to stop full self-driving, so disengage. So definitely something that they're going to have to work on. In my opinion, they need to give more ways for you to input, because I would do all of those inputs, like the max speed especially. That's the biggest thing right now, besides navigation, is just its inability to get the correct speed, and your inability as a user of the system to even give any of that feedback, because if it's going too fast, you can't do anything other than just change the speed profile. And if that doesn't get it, then you don't have any way to continue on with FSD without just disengaging to get it to do the right thing. So anyway, that's it. I've definitely disengaged a lot on this short trip, but I think it's valid. All of these disengagements need to be input. So, I mean, maybe, I don't know what you guys think. Maybe I should do more videos like this where I show you how I would actually drive the car, or how much I would allow it to do versus, trying to let it do everything just for the sake of testing its abilities. Because I definitely drive it differently or let it do different things versus when I'm doing video or when I am using it on my own. So I let it get into weird situations when I'm doing a video. So I think it's still entertaining to see where it's at for some videos, but maybe I'll try to mix in a video every now and then, kind of like this, where I just pretty much disengage it whenever I want to disengage it, just like I would if I were not making a video. So anyway, hopefully we'll get version 14.3.3 soon, and we'll be able to check out some of that new features and see, hopefully they've smoothed out some of these things, because it's still pretty jittery on 14.3.2 around different scenarios. And I don't even know why that car decided to do that. That was an awkward way to try to come into the lane, but Tesla did fine on that one. Anyway, so that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.